As a first step, change your organization structure. Einstein said the most incomprehensible thing about the universe is that it is comprehensible. Corporate and governments alone do not follow the laws of physics. You have a flat organization structure. Make it dynamic. That is what corporate norm stands for. Establishing a connect between the entirety and society. That is the title. Corporate norm, sustainability of corporate stability. Corporate norm is corporate management orbiter mission. Corporate is central pillar of global economy, but collectively the current ecosystem has made it unstable. Make it stable. Mission is to make sure sustainability of corporate stability is ensured. That is the purpose. There is no different opinion among any as to stabilize the corporate management. The key word is sustainability. That is a sustained corporate stability. Let us look at the main one, which is corporate atomic structure, which is very essential for every company to look into and change. When you say that policies and people and practices, there are three different areas. Policies are mainly from the board of directors, and which is a proton of the company. And the practices or the CEO on the team is 260,000 workforce. It is the CEO on the team that with the workforce try to do this practices, how they practice. So you have policies and you have practices. That's what we have done, creating the company's policies, number one, creative process, and then we come across the action process, which are how they run their company. That is, we create the rules and we try to justify the conduct. As of now, we do not have the database or knowledge base how they conduct themselves. We have object governance being done. We have P&L and Balance Sheet, and beyond that, quantitative elements of management we don't even touch upon. It is not being published, let alone being discussed in the chambers of the boardroom. So that is what the corporate governance is. The 260,000 workforce, the board, everybody, how they do it. And that is what we are required in terms of the corporate governance, and that is how we have structured in terms of the corporate atomic structure. The third factor, the practices or the electron of the company. The third factor is the people, the society, which is the neutron of the company. The neutron is the one, or the society is the one, where the regulatory and compliance framework comes into the being. This is the most critical aspect. We have like Primal Investment X, CMD had been fined by nearly 45 crores or 50 crores by SEBI. You have Anil Ambani being banned from operation. You have Island FS, you have Satyam Computers. Day in and day out, something of the other come. Like NSC collocation problem areas, which are all the ex post facto. When the ex post facto information creeps in, the society is already aware of what has happened, and the action being taken is not to their satisfaction. That's why the society is the one that pushes the regulatory and compliance framework to the core. They are the most important. So if we have the policies and practices, which is the proton and the electron of a company, and you have the people, the society, the neutron. In the corporate atomic structure, we apply the same thing which we have done for, we are aware of the atomic structure as such. In the atomic structure, the proton and the neutron form the nucleus. They are the partners. And the neutron is not a ordinary one. It has got as much of a, if a proton is by 1837 times the mass of the electron. So is the case, in fact, much more than that. So even though neutron does not affect or make any dent on the atom as such, it's quite neutron. Neutron is the neutral, is just a passive observer, but they form the nucleus with the proton. With the result, it becomes stronger. In practice, the electron spins around the nucleus at 3/4 of the speed of light. Mind you, this is what happens in the atomic structure. The same thing that happens in the corporate atomic structure. If you look at the board and the people, they create the policies, they bring the policies, and whether it is being justified in their conduct of the thing, it had to be answered by the practices, by the CEO and team. They are the electron. They, if it is not being properly done with, that is in terms of justifying the corporate governance, in terms of whether they have followed or justified the conduct by their conduct, they go very fast. The CEO team, untamed, go spin around the nucleus of the corporate nucleus, which is the board and the people. And this is the essential part. They have to be regulated, and that is where the strong regulatory authorities compliance framework becomes very critical in terms of seeing that the CEO and the team does not go awry. This is what has happened to as S-Spline, Anil Ambani and other things and whatnot. And that is what we are doing here. Corporate atomic structure had to be redone. It had to be done. Corporate governance had to be looked into. The most important thing in the practice, justify the conduct of each and every individual within a company. They are the force to be reckoned with. There is a capability model. It's not that about 10 board of directors and 20 vice presidents run the company. No way. This, in terms of, that's what we have seen in the FEC report. Each and every person has to do the job. That is about, if there is, it can happen. I mean, in such a company like Mahindra, who are having not just Indian operation, go around the world, and it has a significant aspect of what they talk. The marketing guy sitting there somewhere in Brazil, talking to somebody, and how they conduct themselves is critical, which may not know instantly, but it may come and affect the company's future. And mind you, Mahindra is one of the best. That COC, which I have analyzed here, is an excellent, Anand Mahindra is an excellent coach for the company as a whole. This could be adopted each and every company. So I'm very happy to have selected Mahindra as a case study for this particular purpose. And let us go forward how it has to be done.